What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. We're here at Acme's brick and mortar store in Plymouth, Minnesota. I gotta tell you, I didn't even know they had brick and mortar stores. I was used to just browsing their internet site. But we're happy to be here. We're actually with Danny.
Good day.
How are you, Danny?
Excellent.
From Max. And he has some solutions that I'm excited about because of my friends in the trades that do this work. Danny tells us he has a way that they can have a better quality of life on the job and off the job. Pretty good stuff.
Hi guys, good conversation. Many of you are aware that with our rebar tires that are out there. Just a quick synopsis. Max created the first rebar tire about 25 years ago. Most of you are familiar with a particular tying design. And for about 10 years, we've been doing a design much like this. So we have this mushroom tie. It's basically a looping action, 1, 2, 3, and we came through with the transmission and gave it a twist. But we heard a lot of complaints. And some of the complaints were that was too tall.
Okay.
Other complaints were, and it was fair, they say that wasn't tight enough. And then the last one, and they weren't wrong, was that we would use too much wire.
Wow.
So I have 30 inches pre-programmed for this. Whether right or wrong, we gave you we thought a safer tie and a strong tie. So with those complaints, we took that to mind, listening, and what we ended up coming up with is the twin tire. Not only is it twice as fast, it's twice as short, and it's 50% tighter. We also still paid attention to the safety conversation. So rather than rabbit ears up, out, and sharp, we've knocked those down to keep the job site safe. But the conversation most of the folks is they wanted to see the tightness. So what we do is a quick demo here. You're ready? You want to hear that pulled together. Do it one more time. You want to see that. But more importantly, I want to bring this in. You want to see that lift. That's what you guys are all about.
That's literally amazing.
Right?
That is literally how it lifts it up off of the table.
You bet.
Now, why is that important?
Gentlemen, a lot of you guys are out there and you have all these amazing ties that you know how to do, the saddles, the horseshoes, etc. This is not one of them. This is the numerous, this is the mundane. The challenge that we face out there is there's only so many ties that you have in this professional wrist of yours before we get some soft tissue damage that's out there. If you have all these ties up here, why would you waste these valuable ties on the mundane, the numerous, the ones you guys wish we had one? Don't forget, a lot of these guns actually have extensions so the guys can stand up and tie. There's a tensioning here if I'm out in the field and I need to have a tighter tie or a looser tie. Give you an example, in cold weather, if I have ties that snap,
yes,
we want to back this off.
Okay.
This is also something that's valuable is I can tighten it up. Most of the time we can't tell you to keep it in the middle. And one of the big conversations there is because there are wear parts in the machine. If you always have it cranked up at the tightest, you're shortening the life on the wear time. Max has done a lot to keep the job site clean. So really, the twin tire is actually 2 pieces of wire. Do you feel the wire? You feel some ribbing on there?
Yes.
That's going to allow us to make a tighter tie. It's also going to allow us to make a shorter tie. Remember we were talking about this conversation here? Here's 1, here's 2. I'm going to do the old school. There's 1. There's 2, and I'm going to do a misfire. Would you hold that wire out and hold that straight? That's the wire tie of my past, and when we talk about tools evolving, this is the tie of my future.
Wow!
Right? So now we are operating at 1/3 of the wire. This is a 21 gauge. We have a 19 gauge, 2 lengths of it. The difference is I'm now adjusting for what I need to tie. I can do a number 3/3 bar and use the correct amount of wire. Didn't do that in my older guns. In the future, I can go all the way up to a 7/7 combination of 14.
Sure.
So an 8/6, a 9/5, 2 4s over 2 4s, 2 5s over a 5. So Max has a series of different wires that are out there. Currently, we have the standard black, that'll be the cheapest. There's also electro-galvanized. We have a poly-coated wire. You're going to find that in most of your Department of Transportation, your bridge building. A missing one here we have is a stainless steel that's out in the marketplace. And then lately, we have American-made wire. So we have American-made black, and coming soon in June of this year, we're going to have American-made poly, and it's in a red, white, and blue box, and the poly is a red coat. To get the tightest and the shortest tie, we have little detents here. They're little cutaways. You'll see it. The best and tightest tie is dead center, and it'll use the least amount of wire and give you the tightest tie. You're giving the machine more time to tighten. So it's not inappropriate for training people to have it at the top of the eagle's beak, but you'll notice it'll bring them to the center.
That's amazing.
So that's where the tightest tie is going to be. Dead center, it's going to throw, catch, and then it starts to tighten immediately. So a couple other things that happen out in the marketplace or the work job is they will have a misfire. And in the past, a misfire would give us something along this line, and it was quite a bit of a wasted wire. God forbid we hit it a second time, right? And in the new environment, we understood those situations. And so we know what might happen. And in this situation, we'll let them get 3 of them, and then we basically have a chair to keyboard error. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Turn it on, turn it off, go back to work.
Going. Wow.
We have a loading system here, and part of the challenge was that this was open for debris and dirt to get inside. But this loading challenge was, at first we have this orange tape that held the wire down.
Yes.
Where's that on the job site? Unfortunately, everywhere, and someone's got to clean it up. Second conversation is when we drop this in, we'd be able to load this in about under a minute. In the new environment here, what we end up doing is I hap this, we keep out the job site debris. This is most important. We have this special funnel, but for a speed or a rapid load, I am pushing this button. It separates those 2 wheels. If you look at the wire, there is a braid on the wire there. It's braided, 2 pieces of wire. You're gonna take the old spool off, you'll put the new spool on, and all you need to do is feed this braid just past those wheels.
Wow.
Then you back that up. Re-engage, turn it on, turn it off. It'll trim it, and it's ready to fire. So I can now change that in under about 30 seconds.
Half the time.
Half the time, but more importantly, I have twice the wire than I had, so now I'm tying twice as long with the battery, giving 35% longer time, and more importantly, doing the walk of shame to go get the wire half as often, right?
Right.
So,
Listen, if anybody doesn't want to be productive, like if they need an excuse for a smoke break, or social media break, which I'm not totally against, you might not want to look into this. You're going to be too productive for them smoke breaks.
just saying.
Just hashtag just saying.
One of the other benefits is that all these are recyclable, so please take advantage of them when they are. Another one is if you don't care to recycle them, they make an awesome chair. You want to talk about safety, and you want to talk about attracting the future. Talk about the millennials, getting them on board.
Sure.
Let your specialty guys that have the knowledge to do all the hard ties, the difficult ties, let them do the difficult ties. The apprentices, the new guys on the team can give you a commercial grade tie quickly.
Right.
And they're pretty much where we want to attract some people into the business. This is an attractive tool.
Well, you're getting them started into the trade.
You bet.
You're not scaring them away with the possibility of long-term damage, a career that could be shortened
Yes.
by soft tissue damage.
Yeah, carpal tunnel, and unfortunately, it leads to medication.
It leads to medication. This is the truth. It's prevalent in the industry, in the trades. Debilitating illnesses like carpal tunnel could end up, you either have to have surgery, be on long-term medication.
Disability.
These are all things that aren't attractive to people just getting started. And if they have the ability to take some of that wear and tear off of their bodies,
You bet.
and while they're learning these specialty ties over time,
Yeah.
you're talking about extending their career.
You bet.
Awesome.
We want them working longer. Safety, we've been in the safety manual since 2005.
Wow.
They've basically shown you for ergonomic reasons,
Yes.
for balance, for the wrist, but also for the lower back. So those are our big challenges. It's going to be the wrist and the back. Outside of that, production value, I used to get 120 ties to a spool here.
Okay.
I'll get 240 ties to a spool here today. So we're going twice as far and using the correct amount of wire. The battery, I used to get 2,600 ties. I'll
Right.
get 4,000 ties. Tools are supposed to evolve.
Sure.
And in our environment here, we have about 10 little things, but if you understand return on investment, most will tell you these tools are paid for themselves. These tools are paid for themselves faster than they ever have before.
A lot of times the conversation with tools is it going to make you faster? Is it going to make you more money? But like I said, I have a lot of people that are friends of mine in this trade. I wanted to talk to Danny very much so, because he conveys the information awesome about it. This is going to increase or help with the quality of life of the professionals that are in this industry, I believe. And I think that these tools can actually save lives, in my opinion, humbly. And is there anything else that we're missing that we have to go over?
No. It's a win-win for
This
most of the
is
guys.
awesome stuff. I appreciate the demonstration. Danny, we appreciate it. And if you like the information and you like the idea of saving the lives of tradespeople, then smash the like button. If you're not already, get subscribed. Make sure you're checking out Max Tools. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.